Hi, I'm Tom, and in this quick tip I will show you how to use IFC Model Checker by OpenSource.Construction to do some basic checks of your IFC file. I have this simple spa model that I will want to check in the IFC checker. So to access the IFC checker, you just need to search or type in this address. The link will be in the description box below. And there is no need to log in. The site just works as it is, and you have the option to do the basic IFC model check or check it against your IDS. So this is the switcher. We will not work with the IDS check. I will show you just the basic IFC check. And you can check multiple files, but I will check just one. So I will click here and I will load my file, which is this spa IFC. And now I will click validate, and the check runs depending on the size of your file. And here you can immediately see the results of the spa check, and these are some groups of tests that we will now look at. The first check whether the IFC project name is filled out, and you can see I failed. I got 0%. That's because if I take a look at my project and look at here, you can see the name is empty. So the IFC checker checked this, and it's a good practice to have the IFC project name filled. You can see the next I passed. Do all objects have a relation to a project? So this is good. Then it's checking whether IfcSite name is filled out. I passed, but be careful, because if I take a look at my IfcSite, you can see that the name is filled. It's not empty, but it's named just default. So the checker just checks whether some string is there or not. And so this is just really a quick, simple checking tool. The next what it's checking is whether all objects have a relation to a site. And this is passed by 100%. Then it's again checking whether IFC building name is filled out. So this one failed. Then do all objects have relation to a building? My file passed with 100%, but I don't think it's necessary to have all objects to have a relation to a building. You can have objects without a relation to a building, I think. I'm not sure about that, but I think so. Now, our IFC building story names filled out. Again, this is the same check of the name. And do all objects have a relation to a building story? Again, I don't think this needs to be passed to 100%, but if you would see 0% here, you can guess there's something wrong probably there. Now the next check is whether there are IFC spaces and if they have their name filled out. So this should be 100%. The next check is do all objects have a name? So again, this should be passed by 100%, I think. Do all objects have description? I don't really think this is necessary all the time. You can see that in my file it's 0%. So it depends on your requirements. What you think is important, what's important for you and what's not. The next check is whether all objects have type name. Again, I think this should be 100%. And do all objects have a material name? My file passed with 42%. I'm not sure about this. I don't know that much about IFC materials, so this is just the check that it's doing. If objects have a predefined type, are those types defined? This passed with 25%, and I think this should pass with 100%. Then there's a share of IfcBuildingElementProxy used. You can see I got 31. Again, it depends on your requirement, on what you have in your model. I would say this is quite a lot. And then do all building element proxy objects have names, so at least they are named. Now with all the result, you can click this drop down and you have got some more granular results. So for the share of IFC building element proxies used, you can see that I have got 22 building element proxies, 19 light fixtures, 11 members, 8 walls, 3 doors, etc. Now what's important or maybe useful is if you click here, all data, you have got the GUIDs of the objects. You can see that this is searching for the IFC building element proxy. So for wall it failed, it didn't find it. But if I scroll down here, you can see that it found these building element proxies. And this is the GUID, the unique identifier of the object. So if I want to see what this object is, I can copy it. And then in my IFC viewer or IFC modeling software, I can search by the GUID. So if I will click here in Bonsai BIM, this tool automatically looks the clipboard and it selected the object, and you can see, I can see that it's the fireplace. And I would actually go to its properties and you can see that it's building element proxy. So I would actually want to edit and change this. So back to the IFC Model Checker. Unfortunately, I didn't find a way how to save this information in an external file, so you can just use it like this. So these are all the checks that the basic IFC checker does. So this quick model checker might be useful to get a basic glimpse of how good the data structure of the IFC file that you created or you received is. And again, the link to the model checker is in the description of this video. Now, if you are worried about sending the data of your IFC model somewhere on the internet through a browser, this tool runs completely locally. It just loads the code and then it runs locally. I checked it by opening the page and then unplugging my computer from the internet, and it did the check. It did the check correctly, the validation. And you can also check the source code because the tool is open source, so you can check that. And if you know how to do that, you can actually run it locally on your server or on your computer. The model checker is created by Louis Trumpler, and you can support the project by donating to it. The link is here on the GitHub. So this is all about the open source construction IFC model checker from me. I hope this was helpful, and I will see you in the next one.